Good evening, everyone. I've had a crazy day, so please forgive me. I've been on a skincare training course, followed by the opening of a new clinic that I'm going to be working at, and I've had to study for an exam that I'm having tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. But anyway, let's get on with it. Oh, I've forgotten how to see the comments. Let me see. No, it's not that one. Is it that one? No. Is it that one? Guest requests. Yeah. Comments. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Anyway, tonight we're going to talk about body. So, let me start. Let me start with products. So, products for the body. Okay. The skin is always neglected on the body for some reason. You know, women all look at the skin on the face and buy all these products for the face, but then they forget the body. So, you know, the first thing you should do with your body is scrub it with a body scrub. Now, my favourite is salt. Salt mixed with coconut oil or almond oil or olive oil, and then you can put some essential oils in it. I actually make my own and sell it, and I put a little crystal in and do different essential oil mixes. So it really does purify and cleanse the body. So what the salt does is it gets rid of negative energy. The oil moisturizes the skin, and then the essential oils, depending on what you choose, do different things. So that is a good point to start for the body, because the stimulation gets the blood flow going, it moves toxins, it brings fresh blood and oxygen to the surface of the skin, giving the skin a smoother, plumper look. You know, over the years, I have tried so many different body treatments, body creams. I can't tell you that any of them gave me the wow factor. But what you have to use in a body cream is heat, because heat will stimulate the blood flow and melt fat, and the hotter it is, the better. So I'm using one at the moment from my DMK range. It's called Body Sculpting Cream, I believe, and it's got cinnamon. So cinnamon's very hot, so you put it on. Obviously, the more you put on, the hotter it's going to get. And I'm finding that very effective. And obviously, you know, when you put cream and, you know, you massage it in, you spend a few minutes massaging it into the thighs and the glutes, the bum, the hips, the stomach. It all helps with firming and plumping. What else you can do is mix essential oils. Good essential oils for the thighs are grapefruit is very good for cellulite. Black pepper is hot and stimulating. Cinnamon. Lavender for balance. Sandalwood is a good moisturizer. Rose is a good moisturizer. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Jasmine is a good moisturizer. But you really want to stimulate. If we're talking about the thighs and if we're talking about cellulite, then you want to use things like lemon, grapefruit, black pepper, cinnamon, marjoram, rosemary. There's a lot of different ones that you can choose from, and I would mix at least 3 or 4 in a carrier oil. You can use almond oil or jojoba oil, or grapeseed oil is a bit lighter. Avocado oil is rich. So you can mix a lot yourself. I actually do my own mixes, and I really find them to be more beneficial than anything that you can buy over the counter. It's all just marketing, really, to be honest. I mean, I've tried so many professional, even the professional ones, I can't really tell you that, you know. And I'm talking about particularly cellulite and fat reduction and firming and toning. So, you know, that's for product. You know, the product, the body skin ages like the face, probably faster because we don't pay much attention to it and we expose it to the sun. You know, as we get older, we start getting the flaccidity here. I mean, I've trained for 30 years, really 30 years consistently. And I can tell you that the aging process, no matter what you do, it's there. And, you know, you can fight it, but it creeps up. You know, exercise is very important. You know, anybody that knows me knows that I'm a big gym addict. It's probably the most important part of my day. I always make sure I'll go to the gym 5 or 6 days a week. And, you know, exercise, you know, brings in the good endorphins. It's the feel-good factor. You know, it's anti-aging. It's good for health. It's good to stimulate blood flow, blood to the brain. You know, exercise, I don't need to tell you, has many benefits. I would always say do what you like to do. Don't do what you feel you have to do, because then it becomes a chore and then it's not enjoyable. You know, life's too short. You should always try and do things that you love and that you enjoy. So, you know, you have the choice, yoga, there's all these different classes now. And of course the weight training. Then you've got all the machines, the treadmill, the stepper, the elliptical. You have a lot to choose from, and you know, you should at least exercise 30 minutes a day. Do some kind of movement. Movement is good for the body. You know, if you like to hike, you know, if you're in a nice country where you can go hiking and walking outside in nature, you know, it's very good for the soul, and it all helps to aid towards having a good, healthy body. Body brushing is also very important. You would body brush on a dry skin before you shower. The bristles have to be very hard. It has to be real bristles. Hang on a minute, I'll just get mine. And a real bristle brush lasts for ages. So you see, you can hardly bend the bristles. I mean, they are rock solid. And you always brush up towards the heart, up from the bottom of the feet towards the groin. Everything's up towards the heart and up towards the lymph. And what body brushing does is it actually, number one, speeds up the blood flow. It's a fact that it speeds up the lymph drainage by 4 times. So it's good to do it in the morning before you shower, because it wakes you up as well. It gets rid of dead skin cells. You know, a lot of women get that rough skin on the back of their arms. Of course, mine is like silk, because I've body brushed for probably 20 years. And obviously I exfoliate with scrubs regularly every week. So this is a good thing to do every day if you can, but at least do it 3 or 4 times a week. It's good for stimulating. Anything that stimulates blood flow is going to help with cellulite and fat reduction and firming and toning. So body brushing is really important, and it really gets everything moving before you even start your day, so it does wake you up. What else can I tell you about the body? The body. So we've went through products. I can't get any questions. I don't know how to do it. What an idiot. I remember I had this problem the last time. That's the light. Your viewers. No, can't do it. Sorry, I have to fix myself. I'm very bad in IT. Anybody that wants to help me in IT, please step forward, because I am so bad. And I just, you know, I'm just so not interested in it. It's very difficult for me to learn. What happens when you go in the sun regularly is the effects show up literally 10 years down the line. So any sunbathing that you did, putting, you know, the baby oil on and the coconut oil and any other oil you can get your hands on apart from sun protection, you're going to see the effects of. I mean, I'm now over 50 and I've got the white pigmentation. I don't know if you can see it starting to show up, but my legs are even worse. And it's when melanin can no longer be produced because of continual sun damage over the years. And there's really not a lot you can do about it. So a good sunscreen is important, and not to sunbathe before, you know, in the middle of the day. 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock is the worst time to go out in the sun. You should always go out first thing in the morning or after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, in Dubai it's still super hot at that time, so, you know, it depends where you are in the world. I've said it 1,000 times and I'll say it again. Sun protection factor number means that you can be out in the sun X amount of times longer before you burn. So if it was a 20 or a 15, you can be out in the sun 15 times longer before you burn. But here's the thing, a sunblock starts to disintegrate an hour after it's been on your skin. So you have to keep reapplying it if you're outside, you know, sunbathing or at the beach. So, you know, it's not really the number, it's the quality. And you should always invest in buying SPF from a skincare company, because then they have the proper quality ingredients that really work to protect against UVA and UVB and free radical damage. A lot of people think if they use a high factor they won't tan. That's not true. You tan, it just filters out the bad rays. Nothing can stop you from tanning apart from the zinc oxide, the pure zinc that looks white on your face. That's the only thing that can really block out UV rays. Anything else, it's just protecting you against the bad rays getting through, which are going to do, you know, make you age, make you very wrinkled very fast. You'll lose elasticity in the skin. You know, the inner thighs get saggy very quickly, under the arms here, the triceps start to lose their elasticity, and the décolleté also will wrinkle up faster than you can blink. So it's always better to use whatever you're using on your face, take it down onto your neck and onto your chest, because the chest is super sensitive and it ages very, very quickly, and then you start to get these vertical lines which, you know, are not very nice. Professional treatments for the body. Oh, there's so many. Radio frequency is probably one of the ones that works the best. And what that does is it heats up the collagen, which shrinks the skin, which tightens. But you need a course of treatment, and it can be quite pricey. You know, you're talking, I would say, I mean, each session's around 1,000 dirhams. So you would need at least 6. So, you know, it gets quite costly. I mean, I've done it all. I've really tried it all. And I can honestly say to you, these kind of treatments are better for girls in their 30s, early 40s. Once you get 45 plus, you know, the skin's starting to go, the aging process is really kicking in, and you really have to fight for dear life to keep that youthful appearance. I mean, it's super, super difficult. And you know, you've got all these brands telling you they're going to give you the kiss of life and, you know, youthful this and youthful that, and it's just not true. You can improve on it. You can improve on it. And it's a combination of things, you know. One thing doesn't, you know, fit everybody. I mean, it's like all the slimming treatments. Women just want to take the shortcut all the time. It's like Botox, fillers. Let me tell you, that is not going to change the surface of your skin. It's not going to change the firmness, the elasticity, the collagen production. You've got to do the work. You've got to do the steps if you want to get that ultimate result. So when we're talking about the body, you know, you've got these, I mean, RF is really the best. Tikba Abro. Oh, I've seen somebody come in now. Hello. We're talking about the body and how we can save it from aging. So, yeah. So I would say radio frequency is probably one of the better ones. Anything that pumps the lymph helps to drain. Anything that drains out the lymph, drains out the toxins, drains out the cellulite, improves it, improves the texture for sure. And then you've got the pulse, like the exercise type machines that work to, what is it you've got, what is the one called, hyper something, forget the name of it, and you get put all these little patches on your stomach and you have to walk and it pulses the muscles. I mean, these are quite good, but you've got to work them with exercise. You know, everything will work to a degree, but you're not going to go and do one thing and expect a miracle. You've got to be realistic, you know, and people spend a lot of money, but ultimately diet and exercise and, you know, healthy living, drinking lots of water, watching your alcohol intake, smoking, you know, all these things really aid you. I mean, the body on this, the skin on the body, the skin on the face, it's a living organ. It's the biggest organ we have. And so all the toxins come through the skin. So, you know, you really have to take care of it. And, you know, if you can moisturize your body after every shower, a quick way is to just use oil while your skin's still wet and then just dry. So that's it. The oil locks in the water, which is a moisturizer, and that's a quick way of doing it. But, you know, you should really try and moisturize after every shower. I have always done for many, many years. You see, I am the epitome of the beauty industry. I do everything right. But, yeah, it kind of forces you when you're in this business, you know, you're very acutely aware of what to do and what not to do, and what you can do and what you're privileged to be able to do as well. Because these things are costly, you know, they do cost money, especially if you live in Dubai. You have to really spend money on yourself if you want to get these ultimate results. But now there's so many different lasers on the market. I'm not a laser expert, but so many different body treatments using infrared, which is very good for tightening and firming as well. And so, you know, you've got a big choice. I would always say go to a good clinic, get an expert opinion, you know, make sure they're being realistic and they're not just there to sell you whatever, because results speak volumes. If you're going to pay for a course of treatment and you're not going to get results, then hey, you're not going to go back, are you? So I always try and be realistic with my clients, but I have used a few machines that have been very good. And you know, through perseverance and the client doing the right thing, having the right diet, you know, diet is of paramount importance. You are what you eat. There's never a truer statement, you know. So yes, I think that's the body dilemma covered. So products are your first step. Body brushing. Always use products with heat. You can get the cooling products as well, which also shrink capillaries, which will tighten and firm temporarily. So, but if you're doing these things on a daily basis, then you get a build up. So then you will get a long-term result, but you have to stay consistent. You can't just do it once or twice a week and then forget about it. You know, go to the gym, you know, once or twice every few weeks. It's not going to work. If you're really serious about being your best self, you have to have some sort of routine where, you know, it sounds like a lot of work. I don't know if it is or not. It's just the way that I am. You know, I exercise all the time. I moisturize my body and my face, obviously, all the time. You know, I have treatments, but I'm in the business, so it's easy for me. But, you know, decide what it is you want. Get an expert opinion. If you want to ask me any questions, you're very welcome. If you want my expert advice on what treatments to do or what you can do for certain problems, then PM me, no problem. And I'm going to go now and do more studying for my exam tomorrow morning. So thank you for joining me. There will be another one next month. I cannot remember what it is on, but I usually do them at the first of every first of the month, on the first Monday of the month. Next October, the first Monday, I will be in beautiful Venice again, working with the Amman Resorts for the 2 weeks, first 2 weeks in October. So I'll be speaking to you from there. So have a good evening. I hope you enjoyed this, and please sign up. I have a newsletter. My website's katrinavalenti.com. I send out newsletters every month. Please sign up for the newsletter. Follow me on IG, Katrina Valenti #1. Twitter's the same. And of course, I have the 2 Facebook accounts. I have my personal one, and which is just my name, and then my business one with the logo. So I hope to see you soon. Thank you.